Hello, hello, hello. Okay. All right. Things will look like they're okay. Brilliant. Okay, well. There have been changes at work a little bit here. So apparently overtime is has been not suspended, that's not right. Overtime there was been a bit of overtime for a while now, but because we got new people, we got some more people, overtime is pretty much not expected anymore. So I'm having to go home from work earlier than I usually would, which means I actually have more time to faff about with video games, which is good. All right. And I figured I'll just, on this day, I'll just chillax with a little bit of the Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, there we go. It's interesting. I got more, I guess it looks like I'm getting more time. The last, it's been kind of silly for a while now, considering the amount of work that I've had to do because we just didn't have enough people. But now we got enough people, we're good to go. And also, work slowed down too. So it's actually less work, which is great. Now I got to sit here and if I'm actually going to have more time during the week, I'm going to have to sit here and figure out what it is I'm going to do during that time. I mean, I could just lay around, I could have to work and just play video games, but hey, might as well make some time out of it. Oh, joy. It's been a while since I played this game. I know that Power Wash Simulator 2 came out recently, but I haven't even looked into that just yet. I kind of want to finish this up. I kind of want to complete the, I guess, the story for this, for the first game, then move on to the next, or complete the maps and then move on to the next one. That's a possibility. Would this work, or is it too weak? It might work. So yeah, kind of the silly thing is behind the dirt here are some what do you call those? Like graffiti, right? And if the power and if you don't have the cleaning agents, it doesn't get cleaned that quickly. But if you have if your power washer has enough power behind it, you could just spray it off using the water, and you can save the money. So that's the thing, right? You kind of have to decide if you want to spend the money on the cleaning agents, which would make things go faster, or just get a more, save the money to buy a more powerful, power washer, and then just clean it that way. I like this one. I like this particular part. The skate part's a fun one to me. I think it is. But the other thing is that I actually don't have a. What button is it? This one? No. Oh yeah, I don't actually have the actual bottle, the spray bottle for this one, so I can't even get it cleaner anyway. Standing up moves too quickly. Oh, come on. So this side of the wall's clean. Now we just gotta get to the other side of the wall. Oh, I forgot about this part. Tuna window, tuna wall. Oh, there we are. Ooh, this side's real dirty. Okay, let's see. Let's clean this here. And what I did was I went along the outside of the wall and just kind of covered it all up. I'm not covered, that's not right. Yeah, kind of walked along the wall itself. Oh, hit the ball with the water. There we are. Brilliant. Ba, 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 da, ba. Let's see. What's probably the best way to do this? Like this, maybe? This? Ba, ba, ba. Walk right up. Can I boop it? Oh, I finally got, yep, I got it out. Oh, wait, where's it gonna roll? We're gonna roll. Okay. Boop you a little harder. See, bounce off. Nope. Alright. Alright, let's enough of that silliness. Let's see, what's Italy. Lol. Oh. What is the other one? Oh yeah, it's Heck W. So yeah, here's the thing. So I remember being taught that W was this shape. But that's not W, that's that upper bit. Then you have the other W, which doesn't make sense because it's a double V. If it was a W, would it not look like this? I do not understand. I do not understand. Why do they say these things that make no sense? Why say... Why use teenage numbers? It's so weird. It's kind of odd, you know? You say 1 and 2 and 3, and then you get to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc., all the way to 19, and then you get 20. And then you go 21. Why not say 10-1, 10-2, 10-3, 10-4, 10-5? Why do we have to change it up? Why do we have to make it so different? Because we go 18, you know, we go 20, and then we go 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Right? And then when we get back to 11 through 19 again, we go 119 or 219. I guess it makes more sense that way. It could be kind of silly, go 100, 110. 110, 1, 110, 2, 110, 3. That does sound a bit weird. I wonder if they decided to just go with the teenage numbers just to make saying higher numbers much easier. In my understanding, that 0 wasn't a number until they started adopting algebra. And algebra came from, well, the Arab world. You know, you got You get, algebra, then you get Al Jazeera, then you Al Qaeda, algebra. It's wild. But of course, the Catholic Church didn't like that, so they kind of banned that nonsense they banned it for quite a long time because competing religion and whatnot. But yeah, numbers, wild. Yay, ding. Okay, let's see. We'll start on this wall over here. Hello. Oh, too fast. Slow it down. Tune a window, tune a wall. Oh, I bumped into that. Of course I did. Oh, right up along here. I get kind of curious as to why include the angles like this. Like I don't get it. I guess they can, pop up here and then pop it down or something like that. I don't know. Never really been to a skate park. Don't know really how they work or how they function. Where I grew up, we didn't have such things. So, come to think of it, they didn't even have a park where I grew up. Yeah, no, where I grew up, we didn't have a park. Like, the closest thing we had to a park was the elementary school playground. But after a while, they closed that off to the public because, I guess they only wanted students to play there. I guess it was worries or concerns or something like that. I don't know. Not a whole lot of things just kind of happen, and I don't really ever hear about them until later. And then I ask, like, why? What happened? What's going on? Who did what? Quite frustrating. Oh, this wall's about to go ding. I approve. Yay. Okay. Well, since essentially, not well, I can't really say no more overtime. I have to get overtime approved. I think that's probably the best way of saying it. They're not planning for any overtime, so if there is overtime, it has to be approved, more or less. So, but as long as I get my work done, yeah, as long as I get my work done before my 8 hours, before for 4:30, I would say. Since I get to work at 8 and I have to be out of there by 4:30, I have to be done by 4:30. Since that's my 8 hours. So I guess as long as my work gets done within that period of time, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. As long as I can get my work done within that period of time. And with the more people we got there, we shouldn't really have too much problem. Especially if it ain't going to be so busy for myself. Because I don't have to... Looks like I don't really have to load trailers anymore, which is nice. Have been doing that for a while. Although there is the one other guy, he still kind of does have overtime. He still is kind of getting overtime because he's a busy guy. He's got, he has orders that come in for the next morning, and those orders only come in at the end of the day. So he kind of has to stay late to get the work done because for some reason they can't get it to him any earlier, which is kind of silly. Oop, wrong button. Always forgetting to push the wrong button. Let's see, what's behind here? It's a goofy face. Hello, goofy face. Goofy face, silly face. Say goodbye, silly face. Ding. All right. Well, the walls are almost done. So it looks like I'll just have to finish this loop and then worry about the ramps and the floor. Good stuff. So now I guess I just gotta figure out what man my stuff. Like, I mean, I've been honestly, it feels like I've been working. I'm working overtime for I swear like 6 months. And finally, I have more time to do other things. Because I've been so busy, I just haven't planned to do anything at all. So I guess the thing I gotta do is figure out what to do now. I mean, sheesh. Is that good enough up there, or do I have to slow it down? Looks like it's okay. How much money do I got? 255? Let's see. What can I purchase? So, what is my current power washer? It is the heavy duty one is what I'm currently using. So, no. Here we go. So, the 3000, let's see. There's one extension there for 200. The other extension is ooh, no, that's the Vista Pro. Okay, so I only really have enough for this one extension. Okay, could do that. There we go. Yeah. Ooh, that's not really durable enough there. We just gotta go back and forth a couple times there. We'll do that. One of the guys at work, he's kind of out on paternity leave. I think that's the term. Ba-ba-ba. Boom. There we go. All right, so now we just gotta clean the loop here. Oh, sorry, the arch. I keep calling it the loop. All right, let's see. Quarter pipe. And then the arch. Is it really a quarter pipe? I guess it technically is. Yeah. I guess it's a quarter. Yeah. All right, let's. Oh, there we go. What to do here? All right, there we go. Guess we just go up like this. Just slowly do its thing there. Just slowly go down. Huh, that's interesting. I wonder why the sound disappears. It's funny how like the stars. Wow, the clouds are moving, right? But the sun does it move? It's almost like it's just a light fixed in the sky. Like it's not really a thing. It's just kind of there. Hey there, I got one heck of a filthy sidecar if you want to confade us in. I can run it up to you if that helps. Oh, okay. So Sue has another vehicle that she would like us to clean. If there's one thing I know about concrete, it's that it likes to be as flat as possible. Okay. The folks put it, the writers, when they wrote up these, what do they call these, tweets or whatever? All kinds of silly. All right. Archibald Asseltorn. Oh, goodness. What? Okay, let's see. Now it's time to go up here. I am really curious as to what all of this is, because if you look around the outside, everything else is clean. Like it's never been dirty, but inside here it's just, ugh. Then they like, what's going on here? And it ain't mud. And I don't know if volcanic ash looks like this. There is a volcano nearby. I mean, wait a second. I don't see the volcano from here. Why do I not see the volcano? There is a volcano. But I don't see it from here. I see a big old city though. I see a cityscape in the background. Just no volcano. Alright, almost done with the art. Ba-da-bum-ba-dum. Hey, alright. You know what? I guess I'll start with this upper platform here. Kind of moving kind of fast there. Let me slow it down here. It feels a bit more satisfying for me. I found that I just cannot seem to be a mono gamer these days. Like, I sit down, I mean, I played Fallout for quite a while, right? But I always find myself wanting to play other games. So, like when I was a kid, being a mono gamer, which is just, someone who plays only a single game, that wasn't too difficult because there really wasn't, due to financial restrictions, there wasn't really a whole lot of games to play. I mean, I didn't have money. My parents, they managed everything, so they took care of the money thing, and they'd always end up buying like gifts like months in advance. Like, I think my parents would literally buy Christmas gifts in July and then pay for them over time, just in time for them to show up at Christmas, right? Or maybe they would show up more, sooner than that, but they would hide them. That was, many years ago. And then now that I grow up, yeah, right. Now that I'm a grown up, yeah. But now I have access to more money. I have access to more games, and it's like, well, I just can't sit down and play one game, so I'll just play multiple games. And I found that some games are just much more easier to play, like alone, than it is to actually play with others or to stream. Really, there's some games where I thought maybe this would be a good game to stream because it'd be exciting and be fun to watch. And I start playing it, and I start thinking about it, and I'm thinking, actually, no, maybe not. Maybe that game would not be good to stream. Or maybe it's more along the lines of I just kind of try to play games with more action and, yeah, probably more action than whatnot, just as a substitute for not being able to be as entertaining as I would like. Oop. Missed a spot. Being kind of like being that guy who substitutes his personality with like being brutally honest. Yeah, I played WoW for quite a long time, and I played other online games as well. And I've always seemed to encounter that one person who's quote unquote brutally honest and always just has to speak his mind to be brutally honest. And it's like, no, you're more like an antisocial jackass who's just trying to use being brutally honest as a substitute for a personality, really. And of course, then you meet that one person who had listened to a lot of other people speak and just kind of regurgitates or just kind of repeats what they've heard to other people who may not have heard it. But yeah, that's like those comedians that get accused of stealing jokes. It's like, hey, you took this other guy's joke. I mean, it is possible for two people to, write a very similar joke. Of course, on the internet, it's kind of hard to get away with that because I watched a video recently of content creators getting caught kind of plagiarizing other content creators for content, obviously, right? And the funny thing is like not everybody plagiarizes. Some people just might borrow ideas and just not give, attribution. It's kind of hard to look at really popular games and just not see that everybody is kind of borrowing from each other. I mean, Minecraft is a massive example of this. Like everybody is like, not I won't say everybody, but like, oh, you got quite a few people out there who do. Oh, look, I'm gonna play this really scary mod with this one little scary mob that has antlers and will chase you and scream at you. And then you got like, oh, I'm gonna play from the fog or from the caves or from the this, from the that. I mean, it's kind of hard to play really popular games and not end up, borrowing ideas or concepts from other people. Like, what was that guy's name? There was a guy, he started the 100 days, 100 days in Minecraft trend. And they're like, oh, 100 days in this biome, 100 days in that biome, 100 days in hardcore, 100 days in hardcore in this biome, 100 days ocean biome, that kind of thing. There's like, and now look at, and kind of look at what's going on right now with Hightail. I mean, everybody and their mom's playing it right now. It's super saturated. And really, people are not really watching. Like, a lot of people out there are kind of like, for me, for example, like, I want to know more about Hightail, so I'll watch it for the gameplay. And I'll watch multiple individuals who play the game, because one might do something different than the other, or might learn something new that others had not. But when it comes to games that have been around for a while, like Minecraft, I mean, it's kind of hard to do something new, because it's kind of already been done before. And to do something new, you literally have to like fundamentally change the game to make it work, to make it behave a certain way that it normally wouldn't. You kind of mod the game. And there are plenty of people out there who've probably never played Minecraft, and there are plenty of people out there who've probably never played Skyrim, but you'd still see people modding Skyrim, heavily mining Skyrim. Oh, let's get this stuff out here. Yeah, man, get clean, please. There we go. And that's fine, There's not really any problem with that. It's just as hard to find something new to do. Oh, this quarter pipe is actually pretty big. So we got a quarter pipe here. This whole thing's a quarter pipe. This is a quarter pipe. They call it the fun box. Okay. And me, I'm very unoriginal. Like, I'm doing the thing that people like 10 years ago, 15 years ago were doing. Like, I'm not doing anything new. I'm just playing a game. And I'm not the most entertaining person, not at all. That's why I kind of decided that when I was going to play Fallout 4, that I was going to try to be informative instead of fun. Because I've always just been the guy who just wants to play the game. Like, there are folks out there who took Halo and turned it into a series. You had RB and Chief, and then you had the folks over at Rooster Teeth that made Red versus Blue, and then there was a short one called there was a one season machinima kind of thing called Sprigs, which was kind of fun, which was actually funny, pretty funny. It actually might still be out there. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. Spriggs was the name of one of the characters in the show, but you never actually heard Spriggs talk until you never really get to hear Spriggs talk. And they had a couple other characters. They had one character named Triple M. You never actually get to hear his name until later, but and that's kind of a funny reveal itself. So it's always good fun stuff like that. Triple M. It turns out his name was Murphy. Nice. Ding. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I might as well get this one done too. The story of this game's kind of fun. Because right now, all we are right now is just a power washer. We're not really doing too much of anything. But as we play through the game, there will things will start happening, and then there'll be a bit of a mystery involved in it, and then we'll go from there. And then we get a whole bunch of the other bonus content and things of that nature. Like some of the content I don't have. I know there's I think there's some of the content I actually have to purchase. It's like DLC that I have to buy. But hello, hello. My day it was actually pretty decent. It wasn't as busy as I was expecting it. The funny thing is, apparently there's been, since we've gotten more people at work, I don't have to work as much overtime. And so now overtime is kind of like one of those things that has to be approved now. That's what I'm thinking. Because we were told no overtime today. We were told no overtime. I'm like, okay. So that means that I should only be working about 8 hours then. Maybe a little more. Depends on because some of the work I do I have to get done by the end of the day. Because it has to go in trailers, but it has to go in a trailer. But hey, if I'm gonna have more time, if there's gonna be less work, that means I get more time to do this nonsense. And since it's like kind of like the first day where I don't have to work overtime, or did have to work overtime, just chillaxing really. Now I don't know how long this this lull's gonna happen, because usually is sometimes it's like the work I do is kind of, what is the word? It's not like every day's different, because like the work I do is there are people who order like products. The people order products, right? Mostly just like products for housing. Like, oh, I need like a new floor, or we're gonna put some new trim or molding, or we order some new countertops, so we're gonna get this and that and the other. And so they order that stuff, and then I go to the warehouse. I go out to the warehouse. I get the order. I go in the warehouse. I pick the product. I put the product on the pallet, and then stage the product off so it can be loaded into a trailer. And that's pretty much my entire day. And there are some days where I have more orders than others. And so today was a pretty light day. So I'm kind of wondering how much longer it will be a light day. It could be a couple months, it could be a couple weeks. Who knows? But eventually I'm expecting we have kind of like a busy season. Like as the weather gets warmer, there's going to be more people wanting to do more things, more home improvement stuff. So I'm expecting by the time, maybe toward the end of spring, there's going to be more work. So it might be a couple months where I don't have a lot of overtime to do, a lot of overtime work, which is great. But of course, when summer rolls around, that's when it's going to be most busy. So I'll probably have less time to, to do stuff like this. But it's nice to have a chillaxing day. It really is. Yay. Ding. All right. I got to clean this dirty ass, it's called the bowl. I'm not too sure exactly. I mean, this looks like mud. But this stuff up here does not look like mud. It looks kind of like grease or oil or something like that. Now, what the heck are they doing? And why is it only in this localized area? What madness? What madness befell this area? What insanity is happening? Lol. Kick W. Is it the... Is the... Ah! Screw that up. Kick W. Actually, that's double V. Like, why is it that the W is a double V, but the double, and say, because it's double V. Oh, look, it's a W. But no, wouldn't it W be this? Like, I don't understand. Why not call it double V? What madness is this? Da, da. And how is a near hit? And how did why is it when you almost get hit by something it's called a near miss? Wouldn't that imply that you got hit? Am I misunderstanding the words here? Wouldn't it be considered a near hit if you missed? Oh, this is very dirty. Zoom, zoom, zoom. If I go down like this, it might be a little bit smoother. There we go. All right. Lol. Wait, how big is the bowl? Oh, this upper part is the bowl as well. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's clean this off real quick. Oops. Let's clean that part there. Rotate a little bit. Ba-da-ba. Bum-ba-da-ba. Okay, looks a little better. Is it is it not powerful enough, or did I go slower? Just slowly strafing back and forth. Yay! Now it's all. It looks kind of like a watermelon. I just realized that it's got green when the little black marks inside could be the seeds, and of course it looks kind of watermelon. Yeah, kind of like watermelony. Huh. I don't know why I call it the bowl though. I don't know. I don't know. I never grew up. I don't know. I never really grew up with a skate park, so I don't know why things are called the way they are. Half pipe kind of makes sense. Quarter pipe makes sense. But I'm not too sure why this is called the spine, other than it looks like this. And I'm not sure why this is called the fun box. Corner ramp, it kind of makes sense because it's a ramp and it's in the corner. But I don't really understand the fun box. I do not know. There are many things I do not know. The sound is kind of, the sound this makes is kind of, there's a sound. How do I explain it? There is a sound that is being made that kind of is similar to a sound that I've heard in yeah, it's kind of sound I've heard in Portal 2. I kind of wonder if it's just a coincidence, or maybe they borrowed some assets or something, sound assets or something. Boom, there we are. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if other games borrowed assets from you know previous games. I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm sure there's some folks out there that what is it? Copyrighted or yeah, I think that's the word. Copyrighted like different sounds and everything like that, but some sounds I just don't see how you can copyright them because people can just easily remake the sounds. So unless I would think maybe if there's a sound that requires a specific type of technique in order to develop, then I can imagine that sound itself could be copyrighted, could be written, but copyrighted, but I'm not too sure. Like the lightsaber sound effect, I'm pretty sure that's I don't really know how they make that sound. That's probably a copyrighted sound. So it's probably a protected sound, but I don't know how they make it. But in the past, in like older movies, when they needed to have thunder, they took like a piece of sheet metal and they kind of wobbled it back and forth, and it made the sound that then they edited into sounded like thunder, which is kind of cool. And there's some other folks made sounds where they just they squished Jello together to make one particular sound, or they use like a it's a thing called like a penny whistle. It makes this noise, or some kind of instrument. I was listening to what was it? The folks that made Call of Duty, I think it was, or that worked on Call of Duty, and was it Call of Duty? Well, they took a what is it? They took like a metal helmet and they hit it with a hammer, and then they had a crunching noise that they used celery. Used celery to make a crunching noise, and with that, they were able to make it sound like you were getting shot in the head by a sniper. And it's like, well, that's brutal, but I mean, inventive, I suppose. Okay, the ramp's almost done. Nice. Boom. All right, cool. All right, that was done. That was done. Oh, this ramp here. I think they call like they don't call them special effects. They call them practical effects. Where they have to come up with some unique thing utilizing different types of nonsense. What's that guy's called? The movie effects people. Is it Industrial Light and Magic? I think it is. Like they've invented a bunch of different sounds and practical effects over the years because movies. I kind of wonder how many sounds they've had to. Oh damn! I didn't realize it was that close to being done. Okay. All right. So the skate park floor is the big one. All right. Let's take care of this ramp over here. I'm gonna crouch down a little bit just so I don't move as fast. Yeah, because this you move it, you move at certain angles. Like you get like you're looking straight down, you move really slow, but as you look up, you move faster. But if you look down, you move really slow. So it's like you get close enough to something. Just from the angle, you can actually control how quickly you move through it, and then you can actually. Oh, here's one that's kind of funny. So you can hold shift and run. But here's the fun bit. You can jump through the air. If you hold shift, you can jump, which is pretty quick. But if you jump into the air, then hold shift, you accelerate. So it's like you can, even though you've jumped in the air, you can still technically run in the air, which is kind of weird. I don't know if that was an intentional, but it's like, well, if I need to get over to there, I could just jump and then hold shift down. But if I tried to do it other ways, I don't clear it. I don't make it. Jump, push. But I do clear it. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it's useful. Especially on some later maps where you have to clean something and it's easier to just to jump and kind of run jump or jump run to get where you want to go. I imagine there's other little things that people have figured out over the years, ever since this game came out, but I don't know. I've only played this game a couple times. I didn't even, yeah, I've completed all the main story maps, but I haven't completed all of the extra maps. So all the bonus maps or the bonus jobs. Bing, bing, bing. All right, let's see. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing out, cool. Shooting zombie ball outside of the school. Boom. Hmm. I guess if I have more time, could start a playthrough. You know, like one of those ye old gameplay things, you know. Instead of sit down, oh, I gotta sit down and learn how to edit again. That's right. I forget. Edited playthroughs. A lot of people are just streaming nowadays. Sure, you got those folks out there that are still doing edited playthroughs of games. There we go. And now we got the spine before we get to the floor. And boy, the floor is dirty. Let's see. You know what? I kind of need a short break here. I'm gonna need a break. Yeah, I gotta step away, get some water and all that fun stuff, and then I shall return here. Let's see. Also, gotta help my brother with his evening routine as well. So I shall return. Let me put the music up here a little bit. So, all right, there we go. Okay. I have death returned. Yay. Got me some water. Helped my brother. Got me some water. And now I'm back. Alright, things looking good. Okay. Continue with the cleaning. You know, I imagine if I was a power washer, if my job was being a power washer, I probably wouldn't play this. Kind of like if my job was a truck driver, I probably wouldn't be driving truck driving games. Because, I mean, why would I want to come home and play a video game that is basically my job? That would be kind of, I think that'd be kind of silly. Like, I could see it maybe, just maybe. You would like, oh, this is the kind of work I do, and so here's some information, you know. Some workplace, you know, tips and tricks and all that other fun stuff, but I mean, there was one point in my life where I worked on aircraft. I did aircraft maintenance, and if I had to come home to play a game where I played a game that maybe fixed aircraft, I'd probably go crazy. Or if I was a bus driver and I, you know, played a bus driving game, that might be a bit silly. I don't know. Some people might like that, but me, I don't think so. That's more or less why I play mostly just like RPG fantasy games, because obviously I'm not going off into the world and fighting goblins and then coming back to the house and playing a game where I fight goblins. That would be, I think that'd be a bit traumatizing, you know. All right. All right. Now I think I've gotten everything. Oh, of course I just had to kick my desk. Sorry if you heard that loud noise. Uh, um, yeah. Now it's just the floor. I guess I could start over here. I have to move these though. They kind of gotta get in the way. Would be a good spot for this. I don't know. I'll put it right here. Heck with it. Hey, mirror. Yeah, the games I mostly played in my life were just RPGs. One of the first, honestly, one of the first RPGs I ever played was Dragon Warrior, and that was the localization. That was a localized name for Dragon Quest. It's, there were three Dragon Warrior games, 1, 2, and 3, obviously, right? And then eventually they all got a title change and became Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3, or just Dragon Quest 2 and 3. But you could probably find a ROM out there of Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. I played it on the NES. I think it was my copy of Dragon Quest had an issue though. Um, the issue was I could not save. Like on the NES, you had like a certain functionality. You had to, in order to save your game, you had to do a certain thing. Well, that particular thing that we did, like if you wanted to save your game, um, you had to select save, right? And then you had to press power and reset at the same time to save the game. And I guess there was a my mom said that the battery, my mother told me the battery inside the game didn't work. And so because of that, I could never save my game. And so when the future came out, in the future, when I well, in the future, when I was in the military, and I started getting my own money, I got myself a Game Boy Advanced, and they re-released Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3 in like a 3 pack or something like that. And so I was able to finally able to play this games. I was only actually able to play the game and finish it because it didn't have that saving issue. Didn't have that save issue. But here in the past, I've gone back to try to play Dragon Warrior 1, and I had completely forgotten that the game was kind of designed to be played on a PC because it had like multiple items you had to select. And it was talking to people was a pain in the butt because you actually had to, talk to the person and then open a window and then select the thing and then open another window and it's like, oh no, yeah, this was definitely made on a PC. The I obviously I'm what is it like? You think back to a time before and you remember all the fun stuff you did. And the fun stuff for the game was actually the combat, was actually the fighting. When it came to everything else, when it came to actually interacting with the menu, that kind of sucked. So I'm kind of glad that menus are far better now than they were back then. Now, if they were to remake the game, if they were to remake Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and 3, and kind of cut out the I think they remade that. I think they remade Dragon Warrior 3. But if they were to remake the first two, actually I have to look into that. I kind of hope they would cut out the ridiculous menu issue. Because I think I did see a remake of Dragon Warrior 3 or Dragon Quest 3, I should probably say, but I haven't even thought to play it. Maybe I'll look up some gameplay of it, see if that exists. Oh, there's a little story that about the missing cat in town, and he keeps showing up in all the places I go to. That's like one of the hints in this game that there's something going on with the cats. But you only hear about the mayor's cat. And like the mayor's cat's supposed to wear this silly hat, and if I was the mayor's cat, I'd probably run away too if I had to wear a silly hat. But yeah, no, Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest was one of my first games here, one of the first RPGs I played, and then after that was Zelda. Say, does the washer of yours work on hedges? No, probably not. And then I played Zelda, and then and then the Super Nintendo came out, and I played Link to the Past. And then when the 64 came out, Nintendo 64 came out, then I played Ocarina of Time. My dad just called it Zelda 64. He just called it Zelda 64. I'm sorry, my stepdad called it Zelda 64. I think maybe he was confusing Mario 64 and Zelda and Legend of Zelda. And then GameCube came out and I picked up Twilight Princess. And then after that, that's when I actually got introduced to the Elder Scrolls. I have Oblivion, and then or Skyrim, and then Oblivion, and then Morrowind, and I've played a bunch of other RPGs since then. There's one RPG that I thought was being remade, but it turns out it's just a completely different game called Divinity 2. But the one I was thinking of was it Divinity 2, the Dragon Knight Saga? Or the other title was like Ergo Draconis. It's like an action RPG. It was pretty good for back in the day, but today it's looking rough. I mean, it could definitely go for like a remake. Could definitely go for a remake. Look much nicer. But yeah, there is a rumor that there actually is a rumor going around that uh, Fallout 3 and New Vegas are both getting remakes. So if they're able to remake those two games in the kind of the same way they did with Oblivion, it might be interesting. Although I really do hope they update the combat. Oh, yep, I really do hope the gate. Wait, The gate's not clean? For real? Could have swore I cleaned the gate. There we go. All right, I could have swore I cleaned the gate. The walls. The walls are not clean? Wait, which wall? Which wall's not clean? Oh, that wall. Let's see, what part? Is it up here? Oh, it is up here. That's funny. Okay, now it's clean. Now we just got the floor. Okay. It's like, I'm sure I cleaned everything. What the heck? Apparently I was wrong. Shock horror. One second here. Okay, there we go. I turned on the, need to turn on the noise canceling on my headphones. It was, the background sound was bothering me. Anyway. That's better. That's so much nicer. I'm able to hear the game better. Yay. Let's see, where else? Guess we'll do it like this. I'm over here thinking about doing some like reaction content. I think I'll have to watch some folks do do reaction content to see what the best practices are. I should probably, put a bit of variety into my content. And just, I don't know, can't sit there explaining everything all day. That makes no sense. There's a lot of people out there doing reaction content, though. So, I guess the real question is, what should I react to? I mean, that's always reaction content kind of is a silly thing where I'm not really, if like, some of the reaction videos I've seen, it's like people are reacting to a video that somebody else made. Someone else put in the effort, the work, and everything like that. And they're just kind of watching it and laughing along with it. Which I guess is fun. I guess it allows people to, like, what is the word? Like, demonstrate? Is that the word? I don't know. Show people the personality of the reactor, which is great. But then people do a lot of different reaction videos, movies, music. There's a bunch of people out there who like to react to the music. They got kind of like over the top introductions and everything like that. Although it feels like some of the reactions are just over reactions, really. Let's see, what's a good... I got a little distracted by that little auto saving icon on the bottom of the screen. I'm like, what was that? It's like dangling keys. It's like shiny object. Ooh, what's this? It's like squirrel. I see a squirrel. I have to look at the squirrel. And there are some folks it's kind of well, not really dangerous, but a bit risky to react to. There's a great channel out there called Daily Dose of Internet, and he used to put out videos every single day. And then there was some issues that popped up, and now he only puts it out every couple days. Really good channel. He just goes on. What he does is he like contacts people who have videos, and gets permission to use those videos in his video, and he has to pay money and everything like that. He pays money to them and everything like that. I guess you could say like he pays for the rights to use the video in his video. And most people on YouTube kind of have this unwritten rule where it's like, we all make content, and it's okay to use our content. What do they call it? Like what is it? Creative Commons attribution. I think that's what it is. There's like the standard YouTube. So when you're like upload a video, it kind of the copyright functionality kind of falls under a couple of things. One is just like standard YouTube, I don't even call it standard YouTube content. And then there's like Creative Commons attribution or something like that, where you're able to make a video and release it out there to the world for them to use freely without the worry of any kind of like running afoul of copyright or anything like that. As long as you give credit to the video, you don't want to be accused of plagiarizing a video. And it just kind of feels like, I don't know. It kind of feels like some taking somebody else's video and trying to like, what is it? Calls like a recreate it. What is the word? Um, do commentary and like change it up enough to where it's quote unquote original content, even though would be using somebody else's content with my particular commentary or silliness or reaction over it. I'm not really doing too much. It's not really all that transformative, even though I'm, doing commentary. So I've always kind of had a weird view about reactions. I mean, they're probably completely valid because, you're experiencing somebody else's, you know, what is the word? Like when it comes to video games, it's somebody else's content, right? Somebody else made the game. But what you're doing is you're broadcasting or recording your personal experience with the game. So that would be very rather transformative. Would be considered transformative. So I guess in that same vein, if I were to react to somebody else's content, it would have to be me documenting my own experience with the content, which I guess would make it transformative. Yeah, but there'd still be instances where probably be people out there who'd be a little bothered by someone reacting to their content without, first requesting permission. So, but some of the big content creators out there, they probably get like thousands of messages or hundreds of messages a day, probably, and so they can't like respond to everybody. So, and I know there's some really big content creators out there that make content and then kind of like to watch other people react to it. There's one content creator. She's been out there for a long time. Her name's One Head, and she's been making more or less kind of political content for a while now, for a long time, mostly about men's issues. And here over the last what I would say couple of years, she's noticed that VTubers really do like to react to her content. And so she's been kind of watching VTubers react to her content out of curiosity. And it's been kind of a funny ride. It's been kind of really funny seeing how some of the YouTubers react to seeing Shoe on Head, watching, seeing their stuff. So I guess she could be one of the people out there who makes, you know, content that I can react to. But yeah, like I said, it's seeing someone else put in the work and the effort to create something, and then maybe it's like a maybe it could be a thing where someone watches something you've helped make, maybe like a kind of like a feeling of maybe like validation or being seen. Because I mean, really on YouTube, whenever anybody watches anything, unless you're like action, unless you're I guess reaction videos are just a way to validate that people are actually watching your content and not that your content is just a number. Like, oh look, 15 people saw the video. I have no idea what they said. I have no idea what they thought. So I guess watching them react to the video is kind of a way of like gauging how people, you know, experience the content, if they have any issues with the website. Because I know the comment section is there. The comment section allows you to like express your opinion about the particular piece of content you just watched. But seeing people react to your content, I guess, is one unique little way of kind of validating or figuring out what's good, what works and what doesn't. It's like things like this. I'm so busy at work, and then I come home. I'm all busy at work, and then I come home, and then I have to take care of my brother's needs, and then when I get a chance to sit down, then I really don't get a chance to think about too many things because I'm either watching silly videos myself just to unwind, or I'm playing a game. And when I'm playing other games that require like quite a bit of activity, I don't really get a whole lot of time to think and to like fling ideas around in my head and to think about ideas. Have think about thoughts, thinking thoughts. That's what the heck is that even English? And now my brain just went blank. That happens. That happens to be. That actually happens where I'll have a chain of thought, and then the thought terminates, and I'm sitting there going, "What was I talking about? Where was I going with this?" I'm not, like I'm not very good at like what is it? What is it called? Improvising. That's the word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not really all that great at improvising when it comes to like ideas and concepts because sometimes my brain will just terminate a thought and right in the middle of it. And for what is it? Asmongold. He's another guy out there. Asmongold he's been out there for a while. He's very good at talking about just kind of going on tangents, and then he kind of loops back around to what he was talking about before. And in the past, he said he's done this. He's gone on tangents before until he remembers what he was talking about initially, and then picks up where he left off. And I don't. Maybe you need to learn that. That's like a skill I haven't learned. Because at work, I don't really do a whole lot of talking. I'm just more or less just focused on working, and so I don't really, or I'm not really trained in that, or I don't really have a whole lot of experience in that. I wonder if there's a way to. I wonder if there's something I could watch. Maybe some kind of instructional nonsense I could look at. I don't know. I always come down to this idea that hey, I could always just learn about it. You know, you could learn through reading or watching or and then doing, and It's like, I don't really have too much time to think about this nonsense until for some reason right now. I guess this game just is allowing me the opportunity to just, yeah, kind of play the game on autopilot. Then I just have time to think about it. So I guess the real question is like, what kind of content would we be interested in like actually reacting to? Because there are like current events kind of thing, but there are folks out there who are covering that. So I could like react to current events nonsense. I could react to like, sometimes I'll get like this fixation on like on like nonsense that happened in the past. Like, oh, this content creator did a dumb thing years ago, and this is a video on what happened, or content creator did X, and now we get to laugh at it. There's always like the what do they call it, the Karen videos, where some lady will get drunk and do something stupid, and it gets caught on body camera. Oh damn, it was all over the place. This place is actually pretty big. A lot of open space. I mean, it's not as big, it's not as much open space as maybe the oh, this one's really small. This one's pretty small. This one will take forever to clean. Yeah, I remember the fire station have a lot of work to do. Sue Berry, home garage. You've seen the pics of my hubby and I becoming the first sidecar to complete a 24-hour Great Plains challenge. Everyone thought the tracks were just too bumpy and 24 hours into the seat too restrictive, but it was no problem at all. When I got uncomfortable, I just took my hands off the throttle for a second and gave them a shake. The brutal 5-hour river section sure took it out on the sidecar though. You can clean it up. By the way, Bobby wondered if you knew any chiropractors. Oh, that's brutal. So she was driving, but Bobby was actually in the seat. Oh, that's brutal. That's so brutal. Yeah, no, it was no problem for me. I had no issues whatsoever. And then like, because you weren't the one that was suffering the entire time. That's messed up. Kind of funny though. Is there a way to clean anything? Maybe back here. When does the tire get clean? Tire with a Y? Am I misremembering? I always thought tire had an I in there. Am I crazy? Have I been using it wrong? No. Oh, no. I thought the spokes was gonna get clean here. No? Huh. Oh, there we go. Of course, I think the most kind of sitting there wondering, like, if I do reaction content, it'd probably be best to do it on the weekends, where I have more time to actually focus on that. But also, how to best, deal with it. Like, because what a lot of folks do with reaction content is that they'll stream like on Twitch, and then they will upload, then they'll record the whole thing. They stream on Twitch, they record the whole thing, and then, or they'll download it, they'll download the video, or download the VOD, excuse me. And then they edit the VOD and put it up on YouTube as videos. So they'll stream and then upload the VOD, and they'll stream multiple times a week, and then chop that up and put the reactions up as VODs. But some of these folks like have editors to do that kind of thing. Where the heck? Cleaning this exhaust is exhausting. I'm so funny. Damn. Okay. How about this side? Sidecar. Okay, so what do I have not cleaned yet? Hello. You know, the funny, I really like it when jokes are, I'm a big fan of like puns. And one of the better puns are the quote unquote dad jokes. One of the best puns or bad jokes are the ones that get the most pained response. It's not about like how hilarious it is, but how much you can get a person to like groan in pain or something like that. And it's always I always enjoy that. Like there was one I heard that was I thought was brilliant. I'm trying to remember, see if I can remember it. I was watching a video and this guy made a pun about Mortal Kombat. Or not a pun. I'm sorry. It was certainly a what did he say? Um. Oh, what is it? I think it went like it's like, sir, so did you know that the Mortal Kombat theme song was actually inspired by a religious song? And he's like, oh really? What is it? He goes, yes, it was a Finnish hymn. And I'm like, oh, I see what you did there. A Finnish hymn. That was great. Spokes. Oh, come on now. Where's spokes? Which one? Is it this one here? Oh, it is. Okay. Man, these are hard to clean. I have to actually look up the video again. It was quite silly. But yeah, I don't even know what game they were playing. But it was certainly it looked like it was a multiplayer game. It was like it was some kind of war game. And it was I forget the name. It was a nice little skit. It was pretty I thought it was hilarious. A Finnish hymn. Swing arm. Wait, swing arm. Wait, where's the swing arm? Huh? Is it this thing right here? Wait a second. What's the swing arm? Oh. Oh, it's this thing. Oh, okay. Um, no, no, didn't work that way. How about up here? Oh, there we go. Brilliant. Okay. I love the play on words when it came when it with the finish him. I'm like, oh, that's great. There's like many different jokes. There's many jokes like that. It makes me laugh. Make okay. Oh, we got to clean an SUV. Well, that's gonna take less time than this place. You know what? It looks like this is gonna have to be one that plays for a very. This is gonna take a long time to clean. This one, not so much. Beth Ryerson. My poor SUV, look at the state of it. Dropped the kids off at the play school, and the police had to close the National Park Drive for some reason. So I had to double back over the dirt tracks to get home. Trixie wasn't built for that. Please help her look all cutesy again. XO, XXO, XXO, XXO. Hope you've been well since the days of Skyrim. Yeah, I mean it's been a minute. There was a good chunk of time here. There was a long period of time where I was so too busy to actually do any kind of streaming or any kind of video making. And now, things have changed, things have improved. So it looks like I'm gonna have more time to actually stream and play a game, but now I got to sit here and kind of figure out what to do. Like I was earlier, I was just kind of thinking out loud about what kind of content to do now that this looks like I have more time. At least for the time being, I have more time. We're not apparently we're not doing they're I guess they're cutting back on overtime. That's the word I'm looking for. They're cutting back in overtime. So I'm gonna be leaving work sooner. Instead of being there till like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and not doing anything during the week. So I was thinking about like reaction content, or maybe doing a playthrough, doing like an edited playthrough of a game or something like that. And it, you know, yeah, no, or more OT. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it is kind of a silly. I mean, I imagine at some point in the future there will be some overtime that I'll have to do, because for me personally, overtime is overtime is $34 an hour. So I didn't. It's not like I did not like it. Not did not like having overtime. Believe you me, I did. I did. but but it really did cut into you know making content. Now it's like I haven't really made content. I haven't really made an edited video in so long. It's like, oh great, now I gotta relearn how to make my videos. Now I gotta relearn how to edit videos and do that nonsense. Almost there. Oh, 72. Okay, let's see. Does that clean? Back cleans back here. How about the side over here? There we go. That's clean now. But the money, right? I know. But the money. Yeah, because yeah, and now I'm gonna have to like what is it, like reevaluate my since I'm gonna have less money because I'm working less hours. I'm gonna have to change certain things that I do. Yeah, this avatar actually, was it here? Oh, was it? Yeah, it was last year. I want to say, well, no, last year, the end of last year. No, the end of the year before, 2024. I want to say toward the end of 2024. Um, there's a model maker out there who does custom avatars. Their name is Suika, I think it is, and they made a customizable avatar, which is what you're seeing here. And my previous avatar that I was using, where the heck? Which the bonnet? What the heck? The bonnet? How is the bonnet not clean? Oh wait, is it up here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so there's a model maker named Suika, and so they decided to go out there and make an actual customizable model and just kind of put it out there for people to buy. And I purchased it, and I made it look like this. When it's been that since I came to stream. Yeah, no, I started streaming with this model at the very beginning of 2025. So, I mean, brake light, brake light, brake light. Wait, how the brake light's not working? Fog light, right? Fog light. Huh? How the brake light? Look. Oh. Oh, there. Oh, that makes sense. Wing mirror. Oh, this one right here. There we go. Oh yeah, no. See, the funny thing is, like, I was playing Skyrim for a while, and then I guess I played it too much because I kind of got burnt out and stepped away from it. And then I played a mod collection for Fallout 4 called A Story Wealth, and Oh, well, looks like I'll have to start this here, won't I? Oh, looks like I only get about another 30 minutes before I actually have to get ready for bed. Dang. Dang. But yeah, I played a mod collection called a Story Wealth, and it was a very big collection. Unfortunately, I had to downgrade my version of Fallout 4 in order to play it. And I kind of honestly, after 52 streams, I kind of got burnt. 52, 53 streams of that game, I kind of got burned out. How is this going to work? Oh, I got a lot. Oh, I got some money on me. Let's see here. Equipment. Let's see. Can I get an extension for my... Yes, I can. Right there. And then, oh, yes, I can buy that. Cool. All right, let's see. Extension there. That is way up there. I can't believe I can reach that high. How about this? What does this look like? Oh, yeah, that barely does anything. I mean, at least I could get it clean. That's pretty high. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, let's do this properly. Yeah, this is gonna look. This is as an interior and an exterior. Oh, this is gonna take so long to clean. That's brutal. I guess I should start at the top and work my way down, huh? So yeah, I'm sitting here. It's after such a long while, after such a long time. I think it was like almost 6 months of working overtime. I'm sitting here just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the extra time. Because now that I have more time to make content, now that it looks like I'm going to have more time to make content, the question I have is like, what am I going to do? Like, I know a lot of other people who make content or stream. They stream on Twitch and then they take the VODs of those streams and then they upload those to YouTube and then monetize those and make money that way. And since the only place I'm really monetized is on YouTube, if I had more time to stream, I probably should focus on trying to, improve my situation on Twitch. And so I was thinking like I could do like a lot of other, a lot of streamers out there do right now is like do reaction content and then upload that reaction content onto YouTube and monetize it. So that way it's like I have it looks like I have doing content every day of the week. But really the only times I have to do the only time that I can do that would be, I guess I could stream during the week if I have the time, but on Fridays and Saturdays, and then on like Sunday, I'll I'll edit the content to get ready to be uploaded to YouTube. And so during the week when I'm just working and not really not really focusing on content creation, then I would have multiple videos uploaded to my channel, my YouTube channel over the week, right? That's kind of the idea. So but I guess the real question is, what would I was like going back to watch streamers VODs. Yeah. I guess the real question is like, what would I react to? Because there's a good number of there's a good number of streamers out there that react to like content of like, what do they call it? Like Karens, like like women getting drunk and acting the fool in front of the police or something like that, or getting into trouble and getting arrested or stuff like that. Oh man, why is it so hard to spray this damn railing? You know what? I should probably write down these ideas and then, figure out how to do it. React to the police chases. Yeah, I mean, I do like, there are some folks out there who definitely, there is one person out there. Her name's Marshy. She goes by Marshy on YouTube and I think on Twitch as well. She reacts to silly videos like that. Police, was it body cam videos? That's the word, body cam videos. There's also another person named what's her name? Is it Spite? Dragon Spit? No, not Spite. Dragon Spit. That's what it is. She reacts to silly content like that. Oh, that's why I'm having trouble. Okay, that's why I'm having trouble. Why am I having such trouble spraying this? It's because I had the extension on. I don't know about view camera, but it's good content. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose I could react to like just people being ridiculous and laughing at them and making fun of them or something like that. Because for some reason when people get drunk, they get really ridiculous, and it does make for some entertaining content. Oh damn, this is actually really tough getting this rust off of here. I might actually have to buy some cleaner. There's also other silly there's other video ideas as well, but okay, looks like, you know what, I'll buy some, I'm gonna buy some of this cleaning stuff. What is this? Anyway, I don't want to push a random button if I don't know what it is. Metal cleaner. We'll buy that right there. There we go. Wait, why is it not getting clean? Oh, I haven't equipped it. That's why. I'm so silly. It's like, why isn't it getting clean? Because I haven't equipped it, you silly. Watching Crazy Drivers. Yeah, what is it? There's the... What is that series called? Oh yeah, there's one series I know called Idiots in Cars, which is really funny. That's a fun one. There we go. It got clean real quick. Cool. Let's see here. So this is multi-purpose, a lot of multi-purpose. Okay. Let's switch it off to that. There's Idiots in Cars. There's Karens. There's body camera. There's body camera Karens. There's even like the, what do you call it? The true crime stuff where it's body camera, but people like get caught being criminals or some shiz. That's pretty some silly right there. There's also other people who actually make legit content. That's kind of a silly thing. That's kind of a mean thing to say. It's like, oh yeah, no, these people don't make legit content. There's actually some really big content creators that people react to. There's Shoe on Head, Asmongold, there's like the what is it? There's like the commentary channels where they talk about like things that other people have done. Like, oh, this one particular content creator ruined their life by doing X. That kind of thing. That kind of videos pop up there. Yeah, because mostly in the past, I just did like the whole informational thing where it's like, hey, here's a video game and here's information about said video game, But there's, after a while, there's only so much you can tell people before you tell everybody about the game, or tell everything about the game. And sometimes, like here recently, there's like I've been wanting to update one of my older videos on Fallout 4. Come on now. Because I want to... Can I not... Oh, okay. It looks like I might have to use this here. Okay. Yeah, I want to update one of my older videos on Fallout 4. because you can get there's a weapon called the Overseer's Guardian. You can actually get that in Fallout 4 pretty early in the game, and there's like a certain way. There's like a oh, that was pretty cool. There's actually there's a way of obtaining it pretty early in the game, and I kind of want to update that video because I've learned some new things. There was a couple things I didn't know, and now I can use that new thing I learned to improve the video kind of deal. But of course, that requires me to have to remember how to edit a video, and I was never really good at editing videos to begin with. So you got to figure that out. I heard a noise, and it didn't sound like a typical noise. Sorry, I thought it was like a whistle. Not like a whistle like an animal whistle, but like a whistle like someone trying to get your attention whistle. Am I hearing things? Am I going crazy? Oh wait, is this? Oh, okay. The stairs are part of the floor. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like I'm confused as to why is it not working? Why is it all being all weird? It's because it's part of the floor. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll have to sit back and see what videos interest me, because I just don't want to like sit there and just make videos just to have something up on the channel. I want to want to watch videos that interest me, that make me laugh, and maybe go lols. It'd be like, huh, that was kind of dumb, lols. I'm not here to make fun of people, but it's kind of, is it a bad thing to laugh at somebody else's mistakes and misfortune? I mean, there is a bit of humor in like watching people do dumb things. And okay, wait a second here. Am I going crazy? So this is second. Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, this stair is part of the top floor. Okay, I forgot. It's like I could have swore I cleaned everything. What's going on? I completely forgot about this underside right here. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. All right, I got to figure out where it ends, where the second floor starts and ends. Let's see. Okay, so the second floor is all the way down here. So these stairs here, second floor here. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, let me just clean it right there. So that's the idea. That's just some ideas I have. So yeah, I guess I gotta figure out what kind of reaction content I'd like to watch. I enjoy watching, because like I said, I hate to just watch a video and react to it just because it's a video to react to. So I'm gonna have to look into some. So I think tomorrow night, I won't stream tomorrow night, but I guess I could just look up some videos that I'd be interested in watching, interested in reacting to. That would be it. And then maybe like I've seen this with other content creators. They'll actually make a watch later kind of thing, or sometimes they will put up like, if anybody has a video suggestion, you know, let me know, or something like that. But I think a lot of folks, I think the biggest handicap I'm putting on myself is like, I don't have a Discord. But Discord is kind of, honestly, kind of meh. The Discord's been kind of not so great with all the nonsense going on there. So I don't really have any moderators. I don't have anybody to moderate Discord. And I don't really have time to moderate Discord because I'm working. So I'll have to figure out another way. Oh, and I could, you know what? I guess I could do a couple of reaction videos. And then in the pinned comment, and then the comment section of the video, I could ask if anybody had any particular ideas for a video they'd like to see me react to. I could probably do that. Yeah, that's an idea. I might do that. So find some videos that I'd be interested in reacting to, and then in the comment section of that video, I'll ask people to leave suggestions for any potential videos that they would like to see me react to, kind of thing. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like an idea. Not sure how well it will work, but it's an idea. And people might suggest like obnoxious things. Maybe just a troll. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. So yeah, that's probably an idea. Stream on the weekends, react to content, play a game, react to content kind of thing, and then upload those reactions to YouTube so people can watch them during the week if they weren't able to watch them on the weekend. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that I might turn into a. Kind of worried if I do that too much. If I do that a lot, I would turn into like a slop channel. I don't know. I gotta expand. I just can't be doing one thing. So I could give it a shot, see how it goes, and then proceed from there. That would mean I have to stop streaming on YouTube and just stream on Twitch, and then just edit and upload. Well, I better figure out I better relearn how to edit. My editing software I was using, I only had a temporary license for it, and now I don't have the money to actually pay for it just yet. I'm gonna have to save up the money so I can actually get it again to reuse it. Just start using it again because it did everything I wanted it to do. No worries. I have no problem. I'm just sitting here, just yapping, just thinking of things. Yeah, I don't get a lot of time to think about content creation at work because I have to focus on the work I do. I deal with a lot of numbers, so it's like if I get distracted, I might select the wrong item based off because I misread the number, and then the customer doesn't get their product and they get grumpy. There's actually been a couple times where I get distracted by somebody at work because they ask me a question, and I end up grabbing the wrong thing, only to later when I'm checking the work, to realize I grabbed the wrong stuff, and then I have to fix the issue before it became a problem. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, only got just a few more minutes, I suppose. Yeah, I can really only stream to maybe 10 o'clock, because you got. I drive forklifts, and so I have to have a decent amount of sleep. So can't stream all the time. Can't stream for hours on end, even though it kind of be looking like that, So be looking like maybe I can only do a couple hours a day if I'm streaming during the week. And if I'm going to be yapping, if I'm just going to be talking, then maybe I should also. What the heck? That was weird. Okay. I suppose maybe if I'm going to be talking, I should probably have some topics to like yap about. And I have a list of those or something like that. So that's an idea. But then again, I could just watch like topical or current events stuff and like react to that as well. I mean, Asmongold does that. Yeah, he's one of the Asmongold. He does that. He reacts to a lot of content. So I suppose I could just be like I'm going to do what everybody else does and hope for the best. It's just a lot of people do reaction content. That's the thing. A lot of people do reaction content. Well, I suppose if everybody else is doing it, I mean, since everybody else is jumping off a bridge, I might as well do it too, right? I mean, that's what our parents say, right? If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you too? I mean, well, I mean, if it's making your money, I suppose, or if it's getting you growing your audience, or you know, making you seem more entertaining, why not, right? So, is this the entire? Okay, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. All right. Oh goodness. Oh boy. I'm turning into Yanni. Yeah. Oh damn. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that's my body telling me to get some sleep. All right. Well, okay. So I guess I got a somewhat preliminary idea about what I should be doing now that I actually have the time to do it. Oh, excuse me. So I guess I'll be looking up some videos that interest me and reacting to those on the weekend, and then uploading those reactions to YouTube so that I have, I guess, well, not maybe not daily content, but like content for the week, and go from there. And on Fridays, on Friday, I still do on Friday. I am streaming Fallout 4. Like this last weekend, I streamed Fallout 4. So on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I streamed Fallout 4. Um, I'm doing like a this particular is the this particular part of Fallout 4. It's not modded. Um, so it's just standard Fallout 4. I do have a few mods installed for Fallout 4. So on Friday and Saturday, um, it is survival mode. So it will be a bit more of a challenge. Oh, I gotta figure that out. Do I stream the reactions or do I just react to the video and upload them? That's kind of, I guess, the real question is. Because I don't get too many views. I don't get too many, viewers whilst I'm actually streaming. So I imagine if I just reacted to the videos and then edited those reactions and uploaded them, and then that might bring in more people to watch the streams. Kind of like have YouTube kind of put the videos out there. So then because like I said, I've only been able to stream maybe like once a week or something like that, and that's not gonna get grow me anywhere. So yeah, that's the thought. That's just an idea. Yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah, it looks like it's the end of stream for me. Gotta go to bed so I can get up and go to my 9 to 5 and drive forklifts. Yay! All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming in and watching. I really appreciate it, even if it was just for a short time. You know, I really appreciate it. I did. It was kind of good to have just a relaxing little game, just to yap and talk about, and just kind of get my thoughts cleared out of my head here. Whee! I fell. But man, there's a lot. Like, we're cleaning the inside, but damn, I got this whole tall ass structure to clean too. And then there's the firehouse itself, both the outside and the roof. So that's a thing. Ember Woods. Interesting. Okay. Okay, now I'm just stalling. All right, I should say goodnight and end stream. So as I was saying before, so yeah, thank you for watching. I love your faces, and I'll see you next stream. That might be Wednesday, that might be Friday, but yeah, I'll see you next stream.